PingSunday has the special permission of Coach Chen Kangning. Please don't upload the video without the permission of Coach Chen and PingSunday.
Why female players often miss the ball.
Opportunity balls like this one. Many young girls tend to miss these shots. Why is it easy to miss opportunity balls? There's actually a pattern behind it. In both training and matches, we tend to focus on fast, low shots. During rallies, everything is fast. In my view, it's both a chance and a trap. Why is that? Because your attention is fixed on either fast or short ball. Suddenly, a slow and high ball appears. That's a change of rhythm. You must adjust quickly. If not, you'll miss the ball. It looks like an easy shot, but very easy to miss. Kids often miss half-high balls, right? Why does this happen in training and matches? Because it falls into their blind spot of focus. I joke with the kids. When an opportunity ball comes, it's like your mom just made a delicious dish for you. Like braised pork, but it's just out of the pot. What happens? It's very hot, right? Without thinking, you put it in your mouth. Either you burn your mouth or you drop the meat on the floor. No matter how tasty it is, you lose it. Because you didn't cool it down. You need to let it cool first. It's the same with this kind of ball. An opportunity ball appears suddenly. If you continue with the same rhythm, with the same speed, you'll handle it wrong. You'll rush the shot. You won't have the awareness to wait a beat. Once you rush the tempo, it's easy to miss on the ball and miss it. I think the difficult part of table tennis is not the hitting itself. If you teach someone a single stroke, they can learn it quickly. The hard part is, before hitting, how do you judge the ball accurately? How do you adjust properly? Good players, even when they're out of position, they're basically always in position. Lower level players can only hit balls that come directly to their hand. We need to train all these elements together. This player is already quite skilled, so I intentionally served a short one to trick him, but he still reacted immediately. When you're doing this kind of integrated training, there's also another element involved. You train second reactions. What does that mean? For example, the opponent winds up big, but suddenly gives a half-long ball, or a short one. You've already half-committed backward. In that moment, you need a second reaction, a secondary adjustment, to move in again to control or flick. Sometimes, when your initial judgment is off, you're already halfway in, and who knows what kind of ball it is. Then you have to recover with a small hop to back off, and readjust to deal with it. So this kind of training also trains your second reaction ability. Of course, if your partner doesn't predict everything, then there's no second reaction, just first instinct. Second reaction training is very useful during individual technical drills. This concept must be instilled from the beginning. This is very important, not just for ordinary kids. Even Ma Long and Fan Zhendong, they can't, during matches, out of 100 balls, make perfect judgments 100% of the time. Why? Because their opponents use deceptive movements. There may be some feints, so in matches, there's always a certain percentage where they need to rely on second reaction. They might misjudge slightly, but they adjust quickly. That ability, if we don't train it from a young age, if you don't develop it during training, if you don't practice it, then why expect it to appear in matches? On what basis? In matches, if their judgment is off, how would they recover? How would they handle it? Many kids, when misjudging, just freeze and stop moving. Why? Because they're lost. They don't know what to do. So how can you expect them to respond naturally in a match? They're not self-taught geniuses. If you've never trained that ability, how can you expect it to just show up in real competition? Unless they're a genius. Right, exactly. But most kids are just regular kids. True geniuses are extremely rare. So if you've never taught him, how can you expect him to perform automatically? That's not realistic. That's why in training, even when practicing single techniques, I always mix in various balls. If the judgment is off, what happens? I increase the difficulty for them. Okay. This is second reaction training. I pulled my hand back deliberately. He thought I would push long, so he backed off a little, but he reacted in time and came back in quickly. That's second reaction training.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, PingSunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.